Yep. I don't know who that is. It's a mystery person. What do you know? All right. You're going to start seated, cross your legs. Uh-huh. Sukhasana. So it's like this. Yep. Flex your feet a lot. Yep. So it's kind of like a version of fire log, but looser. And then I need you to lay down. So you're going to crawl yourself back and lay down. Yeah, it's a hip opener. A little bit. Mild hip opening. Yeah, and if it's too much, Scott, you just go Supta Baddha. You go Supta Baddha Konasana if it doesn't work. Or just, you go really loose. So yeah, it's a good one. So, but once you get down on the ground, I need you to focus on flexing your feet. So your legs are active. You can have your palms facing open, one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. I mean, anything goes here. If you're kind of resisting your eyes shutting, then just pick a spot on the ceiling to focus on. If you can close your eyes, give that a whirl. Feel your inner thighs drop open. So a lot of times you feel like you get cramped when you go into this. Focus on dropping down, your lower back kind of melting into the ground, your inner and outer thighs, trying to relax them. But at the same time, there's a flex of your feet. And just breathe, a couple more cycles of breath. Let yourself just feel, even if the feeling doesn't feel that good. The breath is slow, it's powerful, it's useful. Bring your arms up over the top of the head. Grab opposite elbows. Yep, like a little ragdoll over the top of the head. And then see if you can kind of drop the elbows down and let the side of your ribs lengthen. The rise and fall of your abdominal wall, the lower back spreading across the mat, and a strong flex of your feet. With your eyes closed, you're going to switch the cross of the legs just because we have a dominant side. Yeah. And then you'll switch the hook of the elbow because you always have a dominant side. Yep. And then drop back down. Yeah. And just breathe. Three more cycles of breath. And for a lot of us, I know it's hard to just drop down, be still, and shut off the world. But see it as an opportunity. Hi, Danielle. You're just in time for the fun. Bless you. Blink your eyes open. Reach down, grab the base of your feet, and we'll take a little bit of a happy baby early in the practice here. And if you can't grab the base of your feet for happy baby, the suggestion would be to grab behind your thighs and let your thighs kind of drop down towards the ground. Yeah, so if you're really tight, don't fight it and just grab the back inner part of your thighs and pull your thighs down. Perfect. Now, lengthen your low back because it has a nature of popping up. Good. Let the shoulders relax down. Good. Hug your knees in towards your chest. You're going to drop your left foot down so the leg's going to stay bent on the ground. So it's like a half bridge. And you'll hug your right knee towards your navel. Just hug your right knee in. Yeah. I always like starting early in the class with the leg bent. If you'd like to slide your left leg out so it's straight on the mat, that is an option. You're going to extend your right leg up towards the sky and grab behind the meaty part of your thigh. Even if you're uber flexible, consider this as a really good way to start. Notice as soon as you grab behind the meaty part of your thigh, try to avoid grabbing behind the knee, the meaty part of the thigh. Yeah, you start to like create resistance. So the shoulders kind of crunch up, your face gets this funny look. Right. See if you could relax and just breathe. Good. You're going to keep the lift of your right leg and reach your arms forward like a little Pilates roll up alongside your body. The back of the head and shoulders are going to lift up off the ground. Your neck, the suggestion is to keep it long. So yeah, that's exactly it, Sam. Look it towards the ceiling. And then if you want to float your left leg up, totally up to you. If you like it with the leg bent and just kind of down and supporting, do that. So the legs are split apart. No, like left leg down, right leg up. I'm going to make manual adjustments right now. There we go. You're on board. All good. So it's like a scissoring of your legs. So yeah, Andrew, right leg up, left leg forward. You got it. And you're holding. Lower back spreading. So your arms are reaching forward. Yes. And now I need you just to reach your arms up towards the sky. Like you're reaching towards your right toes, but you're kind of not. Like everything's kind of elevating up for a few more breaths. Good. Bend your right leg. Take the foot flat to the floor. Take a little bridge. Hug your left knee in. Hug it in. Anyone else feel like you're recently doing so many things at once? Like I'm having conversations with people and I don't even think I'm making sense. I'm like, am I even like, right? Yeah. So if I don't make sense today, that's why. It's probably fine. It's more in my head. Yes. It's called doing too many things at once. Okay. Extend the left leg up towards the sky. Grab behind the meaty part of your thigh. Start like this. I like starting with that right leg bent. It kind of lets you check in. Then if you want to slide your right leg forward, totally up to you. So first you're just getting the hamstring stretch. So it's the left leg in the air and the right leg forward. The legs are like a little split apart. And then if you want to float the left leg, right leg up, totally up towards you. And then you can reach your arms forward. Yes. So it's like a little Pilates roll up. The neck is neutral, looking towards the sky. The lower back is spreading across the mat. I'll remind you that less is more in this entire practice. You might not feel like you're super far from the ground. Yep, that's it. Your breathing is maintaining itself. Yep, couple more. Arms keep reaching forward. Now you can change your arms and the arms can reach straight up, like you're reaching towards the sky. So there's an elevation of the body. The lower back stays down though. There's a scissoring those inner thighs. Good. Keep reaching your arms up and just switch the legs. Yep. Just switch the legs. Good. Now with the breath, keep reaching those arms up, or hands can go behind the head if you need a little support. That's a good option for a lot of us. And switch the legs. Yep. If your hands are behind your head, it's like a little pillow for you to rest on. Elbows stay open. Keep everything up and then switch the legs. So there's an elevation and a core engagement. Good. Switch the legs. That's it. And then bring it up and switch. So slow enough that you feel, fast enough that you can get a little momentum. Keep going. Everyone's going to move at a different beat. Keep going. Good. I like hands behind the head. Gives you a little bit of an elevation. Good. We're going to go a little bit more. Alternating the legs. Lower back spreading. Neck staying neutral and long. Yep. Bring it back up to center and then switch. Give me another 8. Sometimes slower is better. Yes. Go for another 4. You got it. 3. Make it a little more dynamic for 2. Great job. 1 more. And then hug your knees in towards your chest. Rock and roll several times. Come up at the top of the mat, cross your ankles, and step to a down dog. Step to a down dog. So Kristen got 25 classes. Did you know that? Your hard work. Yeah. I'm going to put this right at the top of your mat so you can look at it and remind yourself. Good job. Down dog. Take up a lot of space. Yeah, your hands are about shoulder width. I actually like them a smidgen wider than that. Index fingers turn out a tad. Thumb, baby finger, index finger all kind of mount down into the ground. Knees can have as much bend behind them as you need. So if you feel really tight, bend your knees. That's it. Shoulders move away from your ears. Toes spread wide. Take a big breath in through your nose and then a loud sigh breath out through your mouth. That's it. And then settle in here. The center of your heels start to melt towards the ground, if you're lucky. And if you feel like all of your weight is dumping into your shoulders, it probably is. So lift the hips up higher. That's good, Scott. Breathe the backside of your body open. And find some space, some length. Relax the head, the neck, the jaw. Let it all drop. And then roll forward in one motion to plank. So from dog to plank, sometimes the first one feels a little awkward, so you may need to walk it out. Your hip points have the nature of wanting to drop, so lift them up just a little, lengthen your tailbone. That's it. There's a little bit of a leading of the heart, so you want to feel like your chest is leading forward. That's great, Catherine. Looks really nice. Soften the elbows just a smidgen. Lengthen the tailbone. Neck nice and neutral, which means you're not doing anything funny with your chin. It's just part of your body. And then you hold. You feel the fierceness of this pose. You feel the resistance of the pose. Hips go up and back, down dog. Thank God. Roll forward plank in one motion with excitement. It's Tuesday. It's Taco Tuesday if you're lucky. Yeah. Drop your knees on an angle. Bring your weight forward an inch and then lower halfway supported push-up. So elbows slide by your side body. Shoulders draw down the back. Re-straighten your arms. Lift the knees. Plank. Hips go up and back, down dog. Try it again. Roll forward plank position all the way forward. Drop your knees down on an angle. They're a little behind you. Lower halfway to a supported push-up. Re-straighten your arms. Lift the knees. So you're in plank. Hips go up and back, down dog. Breathe your right leg up and back. Be careful of the back if you're close to the little wood shelf. Point your right toes. Come forward and hug your right knee towards your navel. Give it a good little squeeze. Move your eyes forward. Arms stay straight up and down as you hug your right leg a little closer. Step the right foot forward and through into a low lunge. Drop the back knee down on an angle. You can always pad that knee. Walk your hands up towards the top of your right thigh. Press some weight into that right thigh. Right hand's going to stay on the crease of that right kind of hip thigh area. Left arm's going to drop down alongside your body, and then you're going to sweep your arm straight up and bring it up and over. Yeah. Slide your hand closer towards the crease of your hip and press, 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 press. And this is a sideline stretch. You're not dumping your whole body over. It's more elongation up and then a small movement over. Yeah, and use your hand to encourage that thigh and hand to make that nice connection. Using your core muscles, pull it up towards center. Bring your right arm up towards the sky. Yeah. Bring both hands down to frame your right foot, and then just crawl your hands back and straighten your right leg. You're going to stay straight up and down with your left leg. So your left leg is straight up and down. Your knee is down on the ground unless that bothers you. Flex the foot and then just fold over your right leg into that hamstring and breathe. There may be a lot of space between your torso and your right thigh, so don't sweat it. Good. Rebend that right leg. Good. Curl the left knee up off the ground. Step to a downward facing dog. Breathe your left leg up and back, three-legged down dog. Point the toes. Come forward, hug your left knee and give it a good little squeeze. So it's deliberate, it's active. Your arms are straight up and down. You're hugging your leg straight in. Yeah. Then see if you can shift your gaze forward and then step your left foot all the way forward and through. Be on the fingertips for a beat. Drop the back knee down on an angle. Pat it with the towel if you need to. Walk your hands up onto the top of that left thigh area. So you kind of want to creep it all the way up to the center of the thigh or closer towards the hip kind of crease area. Drop your right arm down alongside your body. Pause. Apply some pressure, like give yourself almost like a little massage. And with that action of pressing down, slide your right arm straight up and then bring it up and over. Now, you want to soften your left shoulder down your back. That's it. And your right sideline body is getting the stretch. So you're not taking it up and over all the way. It's a small movement. You want to feel the psoas and the hip flexor getting a nice activation. From deep inside the core muscles, pull up to center. Bring both arms up towards the sky to kind of reset. Hands to frame your front foot, and then you'll crawl your hands back and start to straighten out your left leg. As you straighten out your left leg, you're high on the right knee, so maybe blocks underneath the hands. That's exactly it. Flex your left foot. It's going to give you more intense stretch. So maybe you don't need that. Maybe you just need to keep it kind of soft. And don't get caught up if it's not the prettiest looking thing. Good. Rebend that front thigh. Integrate your right knee. You're in a low lunge. And then just step to a downward facing dog. Once you arrive back to down dog, take a breath in. Follow it up with a breath out. Good. Roll forward to plank position in one motion. Perfect. You'll lower halfway. Now, maybe the supported push-up is more your thing today. So drop your knees if you need a little extra. And then slide yourself through your first back bend of choice. It could be an up dog. It could be a baby cobra. You could take it out all together. Keep the neck neutral. Hips go up and back, down dog. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Arms stay straight. Look where you want to go. You're going to step for the first one to the top of the mat, or land light if you're going to hop. Long spine right here. Hands can rest on your shins if they don't make it to the floor. Exhale, fold in half. Let your head go. Root to rise. Come all the way up. That basically just means stand up if you've never taken my class. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. So from the top here, you can decide to practice with your feet together or a little separated. Any way works. Arms go straight up. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to set it up. 2 big steps get you back to plank. 1, 2. When you arrive in plank, decide what you need. Push up is there. That's known as chaturanga. Up dog or cobra if you're taking on the back bend. No pressure. Hips go up and back, down dog. Yeah, you made it. Arms are straight. Look where you want to go. Step, or float. If you're going to float at the light land. Long spine, fold, root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer, drop your arms. Just like that, arms go straight up, dive in half over bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to set you up, you'll step to plank. 2 big steps, or you're gonna hop light and land in a low push-up. Lowering halfway. The up dog is smooth, you wanna press even through the hands, the tops of the feet. Hips go up and back, down dog. So a lot of you practice often, which is awesome. Know what to add in and what to subtract to make it work for you. Arms are straight. Look where you want to go. Step or float, top of mat. Long spine right here. Fold. Root to rise. Come all the way up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Arms go straight up. Keep going. Dive over bent knees. Forward fold. Long spine to set you up. You're going to step or float through your version of a vinyasa. The up dog is very, very smooth. Hips go up and back, downward facing. Moving and breathing and feeling and enjoying. Arms stay straight. Look where you want to go. Step or float, top of mat. Lengthen, long spine. Fold in half. Root to rise. Come all the way up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Again, arms go straight up. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Bend your knees a lot if your lower back is tight or hamstrings are tight. Long spine to prepare. Step or float through your vinyasa. Upward facing is smooth. Hips go up and back, downward facing. Come forward to plank position in one piece. Float your right foot up off the ground an inch. Without too much movement, just bend your right knee in half and create a 90-degree angle. Flex your right foot strong towards the ceiling, but keep your right thigh lined up next to your left thigh and stay in a plank. Yes. There's a broadening of the shoulders and a strong flexion of your right foot and activation of your psoas. Good. Take that right leg and hug it straight in. Yep. Look forward with your eyes and step your right foot forward and through. Be on your fingertip. Yes, skim the fingertips from the ground. So what I mean by that is the fingertips come up off the ground about an inch. The shoulders slide down the back. The right hip grips in and the back left leg activates. The lower belly draws in. The neck stays neutral. Then we rise together, high lunge. Take your time. When you get up to high lunge, crescent lunge, If it doesn't feel great, you soften your back left knee. Okay. A lot of us have like weird lower back and hamstring stuff going on. It's just the nature of our bodies and life. So soften the back knee. You're not weird. The pain is just weird. Okay. Yeah. Sometimes you even have to drop your knee. So be okay with taking modifications because less is more here. We're looking for you doing this for a long time, not just today. Good. Anywhere you want your arms, you're going to push off and find warrior 3. The blocks are great if your balance feels shitty today. So use some blocks, place them up high, have one under each hand, or arms forward, arms back, hands to prayer. What happens here is we end up just dropping all the weight into that right hip. So see if you can find some symmetry. Soften a little behind the right knee and the eyes of the shoulders lift a little. Start to step back to warrior 1, first warrior. The back foot turns about a 70-degree angle. Yeah, there's enough room for your left ribs to spin forward. Your arms reach up, or they can come to a prayer over the top of your head if that feels good for the shoulder. That's it. Alignment looks very good. Another big breath in. Outer blade of your back foot presses firm. Hands to frame your front foot. Plank position, hold plank, or hold push-up chaturanga, you pick. You can also modify the push-up. Re-straighten your arms, plank position, pause. Lift your left foot an inch. Just an inch, because it's lining the pelvis. At your left knee crease, bend your knee and flex your foot. Automatically what happens is the left leg wants to wing out. Hug it in like a door hinge. That's it. Keep leading a little bit more with your heart and chest and fire up your abdominal wall. Keep that, hug your left knee in, give it a good little squeeze. Squeeze it in nice and tight. Look forward with your eyes. Step your left foot forward and through. Be on your fingertips and pause. Make sure the alignment feels good in your body. Hop your fingertips up off the ground. So you're just hovering them. It looks great, Pam. Shoulders draw down the back. Left hip grips in. Back right leg zips up. Using the strength of your legs and your core, the torso starts to lift. High crescent lunge. Yeah, when you get here, sometimes you need to soften your back knee or even modify completely. Hip points are forward, side ribs are long, arms are anchoring up towards the sky. You're high on the ball of that back foot as you drive into that front thigh. Anywhere you want your arms. They can go forward, they can come to prayer, they can come to hips, they can reach for blocks. You step up into warrior 3. Yeah, if the blocks are in front, they're going to be enough forward that your spine stays long. Yeah, pay attention to that left hip, though, that all the weight isn't dumping into it. Nice, Zoe. Steer the right thigh bone down. Nice job. Couple more breaths. Eyes of the shoulders lift a little higher. Back leg super strong. Front leg is a little soft bend. Start to step back, warrior 1. Just do your best. Sometimes it takes more than one step to get there. Yeah. Back toes turn enough that the entire right side of the body, so my back foot in warrior 1's like almost completely pivoted forward. And then the right side of the body has the room to kind of anchor and turn. Great. If lower back is sensitive, tip the torso a little more forward. That's it. Hands can always come to a prayer if that feels good for the shoulders. Everyone looks much calmer now. I have to say, this yoga stuff works. We should keep it up. Hands to frame your front foot. You're going to find plank. From this plank, you'll lower halfway to a low push-up. Up dog is smooth if you're taking it on. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Look to the top of the mat. You can step, you can float, you can crawl, get there light. Long spine right here. Fold in half. Find your first chair. I know it's not always the most pleasant first pose. Weights in your heels. Yeah, it could be a baby chair. You can think about the chair and just kind of make it, work for you today. Good. We'll dive right over bent legs, forward fold. Long spine to set it up. You can step, float, skip, crawl, get yourself back. You can take out the vinyasas if the push-ups don't suit you. The up dog is smooth though. Hips go up and back, down dog. The right foot steps, the back foot turns. We come up together, warrior one. Hands to frame your front foot through a vinyasa. Just do the other leg. It's all good. When you get to down dog, step your left foot forward, warrior one. Hands to frame your front foot through your vinyasa. Chaturanga push up. Take on a back bend if it's available. Hips go up and back, down dog. Arms are straight. Look where you want to go. Step or float, top of mat, get there light. Long spine, fold in half. Sit into chair, weight moves into your heels. Feel the weight in your heels. Shoot up to stand up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Arms go straight up. Heavy in your heels for chair. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to set it up. Step or float through your vinyasa. The up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. Just moving and breathing. Right foot forward, back foot turns. Anchor and rise, warrior one. Looking good. To the floor we go, chaturanga push up. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. Left foot lands, back foot turns, rise. To the floor we go, chaturanga. Up dog is smooth, press even. Hips go up and back, down dog. Nicely done. One more. Arms are straight. Look where you want to go. Step or float, top of mat. Long spine right here. Fold in half. Chair, weight in your heels. Shoot up to stand up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. One more of these bad boys. Arms go straight up. Heavy in your heels, chair. Your arms are just moving up. So if they're a little bent, that's fine. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to prepare. Step or float through your version of vinyasa. If you're hopping back, make it really light into a low push-up. That was good, Danielle. Up dog. Hips go up and back, down dog. Right foot forward, back foot turns, rise, warrior one. Chaturanga push-up. Upward facing. Hips go up and back, downward facing. The left foot lands, the back foot turns, we rise. Hands to frame your front foot, vinyasa. Smooth transition through that up dog. Excellent. Hips go up and back, down dog. Okay, we're going to step the right foot forward and turn the back foot on a strong angle and rise warrior one. Got a little warm. It's good. Yeah, it's hot yoga. You're going to go back to Vegas. You better prepare yourselves for August there. Jesus. Drop your arms alongside your body. Interlace your hands. I mean, it can't even be outside. Open the eyes of the shoulders. Exhale, the breath will come forward. Humble warrior. So just so you know, humble warrior looks different in everybody's bodies. Okay, so some of us are more flexible and can get the shoulder to snuggle to the inside of the right leg. Most of us can't do that. So we just kind of rest our stomach on our thigh and we work on pivoting the left side of your body forward. Turn your back toes more forward. Yeah. Excellent. The entire left side of the body is having this action of moving forward. Your right hip is gripping in super strong. The bound hands is adding a component of a back bend, which is just awesome. Feel it in your legs. Keep the bind if you can. Start to rise your torso. As the torso comes up, keep the clasp hands. Straighten the right leg on track. Pivot the right toes towards the left, so towards the mirrored wall with the clasp hands. Pick the distance for your feet. Inhale, eyes to the shoulders lift. Exhale, go down the center for separate leg stretching. If having the bound hands doesn't feel good in your body, you dump it. Amy's doing a good demonstration here. Yeah, hands can come down to the floor in between you if it doesn't feel good in your body. Half of making this yoga practice work for you is individualizing it. So I'm making a suggestion. It may not be right for you today. Yeah. Lift your hips up and bring your weight forward. There has to be a component of bending the knees if you feel tight. Blocks under your hands can be very helpful because it's going to bring the floor up to you. That's it. Good. Slide your hands to your hips, everybody. Come halfway up. Come the rest of the way up. Open up your arms nice and wide. So there's power in the upper body, the side ribs long. From your right hip, pick up your right toes and turn the right toes forward. Turn your back toes on an angle. You'll pick your distance and together we'll find triangle pose, Trikonasana. Yeah. Some of us like a longer, wider triangle. Some of us need a little tighter, shorter one. Hand anywhere across the front of your right shin or maybe to a block. If you use a block, go to the outside of your calf. We're looking for a series of triangles in our body. So see if you can straighten out your right leg, guys, a little bit more. And pull up, like almost like you're moving the pant leggings up your leg, like you're pulling up. So there's a hooking in, and then a steering of the right ribs, and then a spreading of that left arm. So you're really using the support of the legs and the obliques and not dumping into the lower back. It's a really stabilizing pose. It's a calming pose. It's meditative. If you're having difficulty with that part, just come back to your breath. Stay with it a couple more breaths. Keep the neck nice and neutral. You can always shift your drishti, your gaze to the floor if the neck starts to feel a little crazy. Keep the left arm up or slide your hand to your hip. We're going to step right up into Ardha because we're set up so nicely for it. Just move your block forward and we'll work a little bit on balance here. I like the block on the highest setting, maybe like 6-8 inches off the edge of that right baby toe. But the trickiest part is keeping your right foot forward. It has the nature of turning in because our right hip is generally weak. So zip up that right leg like you're standing up super tall and stack it open. And no one said this stuff needs to be even close to perfect. So if you fall out and you reset, all good. You have as many options as you'd like in here. Side ribs turn. Add in anything that feels appropriate. If you're a binder, you bind. If you're just keeping it basic, keep it basic. Keep turning your right ribs, though, towards that mirrored wall. Couple more breaths. Looking good. If you bound, release the bind. Do it slow. Eyes to the floor, left hand to the ground, square off your hips, and land your feet together or close together at the top. Long spine on your inhale. Exhale, fold into yourself, let it go. Let's sit together in chair and get this out of the way. Yeah, that's how I feel about chair with a twist. It's not good, but that's just what it is. Drag the hands to prayer. Inhale your breath. We're going to hook and twist towards the right. If lower back is super sensitive, you don't have to hook. You can just air twist. Not all about the twisting anymore. It's about everything else. Feet, shins, knees, everything zipped up and aligned. Spine stays nice and long. And don't forget about that breath. Oh yeah, that thing. Gonna keep it with you. Weights in your heels. That's it. Spine long. Two more. Pull around to chair. Sit really low into the ground, and we're going to find Navasana boat, but you're going to grab your block, take it in between your hands, and lower yourself down for a low boat. The block's in between the hands. Good. And you're going to pulse up, block and feet like a V. And then you're going to lower it back down. If you need to let your head kind of drop to do it, then do that. If you're looking for more intensity, you hover. Good. Nice and slow. As you crunch up, the block is elongating with you. It's reaching back towards the back skinny edge of the mat and coming up towards the shins, the toes, the feet area. Keep going just like that. The slower you move, the more you'll feel. So don't get caught up on quantity. Good. Two more. One more. Drop the block on the next lower. Bend your knees, reach your arms forward, and pull yourself up to boat Navasana. It may not be the prettiest existence. Good. Cross the ankle, step or float, or crawl back, chaturanga push-up. Aren't we having fun? Isn't it nice to come to this side of 24, right? Come over here. We do things fun. Up dog pulls you through your body. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Left foot lands, back foot turns. We rise together, warrior one. The rest of the class will be one song. They're going to jam this entire song. Drop your arms alongside your body. I'm going to tell you how it's going to be. Okay. Open the eyes of the shoulders. Exhale, fold. Scott, before you go, turn your right toes more forward if you can. Yeah. Perfect. Sam, you're doing great. Just walk your left foot an inch towards the left, and it's going to be a lot easier. Good. Beth, steer the right ribs, the right thigh bone. That's it. Left hip has to hug in, and your breath is with you. Stay with it. Anchor through your feet and support it with your breath. Press strong through your legs. Keep the bind, lift the torso. Good job. Yes. Straighten the left leg. Turn the left toes towards the windows. Good. Keep the clasp hands for a sec if you can. Eyes of the shoulders lift. Toes turn in just a smidgen. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, come down the center. As you're coming down the center, if you feel like your hands being bound is kind of throwing you off, dump it. Yes. I practice with a big bolster and I just let my hands rest on it. Yep. Hands can come down in between. That looks great, Kristen. Bend your knees a lot. Grab somewhere along the front of your shins. Steph, bring more weight forward and turn your toes forward a little more. Turn them in. There you go. Stay with it. A few more breaths. Let the head, the jaw, the neck, everything relax. Slide your hands to your hips, guys. Come halfway up. Come the rest of the way up. Good. Open up your arms with a lot of energy. From your left hip, turn your left toes forward. Your right foot needs to turn in a little, maybe even step in a little. Pick your distance and find triangle. Grab anywhere across the front of your left shin or a block to the outside of your calf. That's it. Looks good. Neck is neutral. There's a little lean back action and the side ribs kind of hook on. Yeah, some days your hand has to be on the block because it just elevates you a little more. So be open to that. 2 more breaths. So keep it all together and just look down and see if you can step up seamlessly into Ardha Chandrasana. Right hand may need to slide to your hip or your low back to kind of gather you forward. Looks good. Yeah, and I like the block on a high setting if you're going to use it. Enough forward that your side ribs stay long. And then spark up your right toes. Soften your left knee and grip your left hip in. Good. Add in whatever it is that you desire. So maybe you have to bend your leg and get the little half bind. Maybe you're just keeping it supported with the breath. The kick goes behind you if you are kicking. Regular half moon if you added any fun stuff in. Eyes to the floor, right hand down, do it slow. Square your hips off and slide your feet together at the top of the mat. Long spine on the inhale, make this deliberate. Exhale, fold into yourself, let it go. Find your way to one more chair. Weight moves into your heels. We'll get it over with. Drag the hands to prayer. Inhale that breath. Let's hook and go towards the mirrored walls. That would be towards the left. If you're air twisting, you don't need to hook. You could really just work on the alignment. Your right knee has a tendency to slide past the left. So see if you can really find that evenness. Weights in your heels. Spine stays long. Open up your arms if you did on the other side or just stay. I was just going to make that suggestion, Catherine. By fisting those hands, it really broadens the collarbone. 3 more breaths. Recapture your breath if it's gone somewhere else. Chair pose, pull it around, weights in your heels, recommit. Shoot up to stand up, drag it to prayer, drop your arms. Standing on your right leg, take your left leg up into a tree pose, bend it up into tree. You could use your hands to do it. Yeah. This pose will be used as a transition. So just find your way into your version of a tree. Your foot can be down low, it can be up high. There's gripping in of your hips, and you're energetically reaching your arms up towards the sky if that's available. As we fatigue sometimes in the practice, our body starts to, hold on to stuff. Pay attention to making sure the shoulders are relaxed down your back. Your breath is supporting the pose. You're not doing any funny stuff with your face, just staying kind of calm. So your right leg's going to stay, your arms are going to stay up. You're going to open up into warrior two. It's kind of a fun transition. Go with it. You're going to step open warrior two. Yeah. Warrior two. So now your hips get to open towards the mirrored wall. Take a second to align yourself. Your right foot is forward. Your right knee turns open. So think inside of your right thigh towards the outside of your right baby toe. Your left toes turn in a smidgen. That's going to help the proper alignment of your hips. And then you'll find even stability and alignment with your shoulders and your hips. Spread your arms open nice and wide. Close your eyes and go inward. Stay with it. Couple more breaths. You're doing awesome. Stay heavy in your legs. You're going to reach out and slide your hand to the outside of your right foot. If you prefer resting your arm on the top of your thigh this morning, that's fantastic, as well as a great option. I like a block, low, medium, or high, depending on you. Roll your right thigh to the inside of your right arm. Stretch your left arm up, and then take your left arm up and forward if you have that movement in your shoulder. If the arm doesn't go up and forward, don't worry about it. Just have it straight up towards the sky. You can even have it on your hip. Grip your right hip in. Turn your bottom ribs. Stay with it. A couple more breaths. So you're going to stay close to the floor right here. Eyes to the floor. Both hands frame your front foot, and your left heel will pop up. Yeah. Everybody drop the back knee. Yeah, have it on the angle. Then rise, supported lunge. Do it this way. Yeah. Because you're deep in your thigh, and you're going to get a nice piriformis stretch and psoas stretch. Drag your hands to prayer. Inhale your breath. You'll hook and twist towards me. Yeah. But doing it this way, I think sometimes when you work backwards, it actually feels better. So then you could stay here for a few breaths. And then if you're like, I got the energy to pop that knee up, you're going up and you're using your muscles in the right way rather than burning them out. Yeah. Or you could just be like, hey, I'm chill right now. I'm staying down. Yeah. I'm staying down with that leg. Crown of the head, you got to lean back a little to get it with the back of that left heel. There you go. If you want to open up your arms, go for it. If not, just stay. Eyes to the floor. Left palm's going to go flat. Right arm's going to peel. Yeah. So you're in an easy twist. And then you'll really firm that left hand and roll to the outer blade of that left foot as we stack up into side plank, Vashisthasana. Yeah, you can drop your bottom knee. You can keep that top right leg bent in half. You can stack the feet, stagger the feet. You can drop to your form if it doesn't feel good. Find a version that works. I like that. Watch the hip though. The hip has the tendency of rolling open. Stack it up and then look up. Two more. Plank position, slow. Chaturanga push-up. Up dog, smooth sailing. Hips go up and back, down dog. Exhale the breath out. Look where you want to go. Step or float, top of mat, get there light. Long spine on the breath. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, come all the way up. Yeah, nice and sweaty. Drag it to prayer, drop your arms. The right leg bends up into tree. You're standing on your left leg if you got confused. You're on your left leg. The right leg bends anywhere across to the instep of that leg. Just try not to press it on the instep of the knee. Yeah, and then grow your branches if that's available. What you want to feel here is that you're gripping your hips kind of in and under. It's very similar to that warrior two. Relax the face, relax the shoulders down the back, draw the pit of the belly in. And then you'll keep this whole feeling of feeling kind of open, and you'll step open into warrior two. Yeah, it's actually a fun transition. Step it open. Perfect. You may need to adjust it a little bit. Look at your feet. Make sure you didn't step all cockamamie on the floor. Roll that thigh open. And then close your eyes and go inward. Lengthen your tailbone. Soften the shoulders down the back and give your back right arm a little more energy. Lengthen your tailbone. Draw your belly in, Jody. There you go. In the moments we get still, there's a shift. Reach way out and slide your hand to the outside of the foot, or arm to the top of the thigh, or hand to a block outside of foot. This is a variation of extended side angle. Yeah. Make sure that when you sit into that front thigh, the outside of your left leg and the inside of your left arm make a connection. The right arm straight up or up and over if you've got a little more in you. Keep rolling open. Grip your bottom left hip in and turn your left ribs from left to right. Stay with it. Eyes to the floor, both hands down to frame your front foot. Let your right heel just naturally pop up and walk the left foot over to the left. Drop your right knee down on an angle, everybody, and rise supported lunge. Drag your hands to prayer. Inhale that breath. Lean forward enough. Hook the right elbow to the outside of the thigh or air twist. Start with that thigh down. Yeah. Rather than looking back, look sideways or look up. And then if you want to add that right leg up into the party, go ahead. Lift the kneecap and engage that back leg. There you go. Perfect. Grip your left hip in and then turn. Yeah, exactly, Tracy. Sometimes if the stance isn't wide enough, it feels off. Right. Good adjustment. Focus on that back leg. There's lengthen and then there's twist. Since you know where you're going, make the transition seamless. Right hand down, left arm spreads. Right arm down, left arm spreads. You're first in an easy twist. You're first in an easy twist. Yep. You got to ground your right hand and then you step side plank. That was more of a flop. That's okay. Your version of side plank with your right hand down, everybody. Yeah, that's it. Plank position. Chaturanga push-up. Upward facing. Hips go up and back, downward facing. Good. So let's do this, guys. Let's swing the right knee forward for a half pigeon. Time flies when you're having fun. Yeah, fold. Let's kick these lights. Yeah. Use the strength of your body, come up, okay? You're gonna lean on your right side and swing your left leg forward, so it's like a little tree, okay? Yeah, the arms reach up. You kind of have to steer your body a little to the left and then come forward and fold. Yeah, fold and take the right ribs forward. Good, you're gonna come up, take your right hand behind your back and press up into sail. So we're gonna do this motion a couple times. When I do things a few times, it doesn't mean that we do it quick. We still kind of have to be in it for a breath or two. We lower back down. Once your bum hits the ground, you steer your entire right side of the body forward and you fold. Yeah, you got it. And then you pull it up and you bring your hand behind your back and you take that reverse sail position again. Yep. And then you exhale the breath, we lower down and we fold again. Good, and then one last time we come up and we reverse. Exhale the breath, lower down. Good. When you lower down this time, you're gonna slide into a Ardha Matsyendrasana, seated spine twist. So the right leg will stay down and the left leg will bend around, or the right leg can go out straight if you can't do this. You'll hug your knee in, you'll inhale your breath, and you'll exhale, look over your left shoulder to twist. So I want to add a component of an IT band stretch for those that want to get a little bit more. With your right hand, hopefully everyone's left leg is bent. You'll reach down and grab the base of your left foot and you're going to extend the leg forward, okay? The left hand can kind of slide back a little to keep you upright. You don't want to dump back into your low back, so you really want to lengthen. The leg can stay benched too. You just want to kind of create that extension. That's it. If this feels awesome, you're in your happy place, good for you. You can extend your left arm back for more and breathe. It's all optional. You can stay seated in Ardha Matsyendrasana and you can ignore all this and be just fine. Good, come back to center, revisit that left foot down to the ground, and then you'll rock yourself forward, okay? And you'll step back through a vinyasa, step, crawl, float, whatever it looks like. Move yourself through one final vinyasa here. And when you get to down dog, you'll slide your left knee forward for half pigeon. Yeah, half pigeon pose. And then melt. Using your breath. About 5 more breaths. Come up nice and slow, okay? Lean on your left side, swing your right leg forward, make a little tree. You may need to open your right leg out a little or, left leg out a little bit. Arms reach up over the top of the head. You'll take your entire left side of the body and steer it over that right leg and then fold. Yeah, if you can't reach, you just grab somewhere along the front of that shin, calf area. You don't worry about it. And then we pull ourselves up and the left hand's going to come behind your back and you'll lift up into reverse, kind of like a little sail pose. Yeah. Exhale the breath, lower down, and then you'll fold over that leg. Take your left ribs and steer them forward. I find when you do things more than once, twice, 3 times, sometimes the energy starts to move and you have a little more opening. Pull yourself up, hand behind your back as you lift up. Get grounded first and then lift. You're not lifting into your shoulder. You're using your entire body. Exhale the breath, lower, fold. Yep. And then one more time, you lift up with power, with excitement, up and back bend here. Front line of the body is getting this powerful opening. Exhale the breath, lower down. Steer your left knee forward, bend your right foot around it for seated spine twist. So the left leg is bent, the right leg around. You give your right leg a hug with your left arm, and then your right hand comes behind you. Just switch legs, Scott. I think you did that leg. Leg can be straight. If you think you did this way, you just switch and you do the side I didn't do, because it happens all the time. Now, if you want to get more into your IT band hamstring, you're going to reach with your left hand to the outer part of that right foot. See if you can kick the leg forward. Uh-huh. So let's do this.
Instead of on a diagonal,
Nope, you want it straight forward.
and then you feel the stretch well.
Straight forward. Yep. And then reach your right arm back. There you go. Breathe. 3 more breaths. Nice. You want to sit up really tall so you're not in your lower back. Exhale the breath, release. Take the foot down. Kind of neutralize yourself back towards center. Grab your block and lay down on your backs. Set up for a bridge here, but I'm actually going to take you up into a supported shoulder stand. If you're dying to go up into a big badass back bend, please go for it now. Everybody else, I'm going to kind of talk you through legs up the wall type deal. So set up like you're going to bridge, lift your hips up and slide your block underneath your low back. Now, if you can place your block on the highest setting that's available, it's going to be the most, you're going to feel the most. Obviously, if that doesn't work, you go medium or go low. Yes. Then one leg at a time, you're going to lift your legs up towards the sky. Now with the block on that skinny setting, you're able to interlace your hands around the block, and that's the back bend there. You good, Scott? You feel like the block needs to slide back a little? Don't do it with your legs up. You have to lower your legs down first. I've been doing this for too long. Yeah, I've seen it all. Good. Don't move your neck. Great. Close your eyes. Breathe right here. So what's going to happen is I'm going to take you from this right into Shavasana. So I need you to close your eyes and start to just travel someplace else. The legs have to be a little bent. It's fine. You have a few more breaths. Give yourself a little. That's it. Stay with it, because I know you want to drop your legs, but keep them up. Close your eyes and drift off. Bend your knees in half. Take your feet directly to the floor. I'm right here. I'll take it. Yeah. Once the feet come down nice and slow, lift your hips an inch and very slowly lower your lower back down. With your eyes closed, hug your knees in towards your chest. Yep. And then on the exhale breath, just let your legs open and find Shavasana, just like that. Yeah. Complete rest. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. It's a gift. It's a master pose. Make yourself comfortable. If you prefer staying down for the rest of the practice, please do so. If you're ready to move on, take a big breath in through your nose. A loud exhale breath out. Slide your arms up over the top of the head for a full body stretch. Hug your knees in towards your chest. And any way you like to rock up, just get up nice and tall. Sit up nice and tall and just feel the effects of this practice. Yoga, it's yoke, the coming together. So we came together today. We brought the energy, the practice, the good vibes. Great job. Bring the hands to prayer. Bow your head for a moment. Always have gratitude. It's the best attitude. Lift the head, open the eyes. Namaste. Go out there, have an awesome afternoon. Hydrate yourselves. Enjoy the sunshine. Come and practice again. I'm here on Friday. What'd you say? Oh, great. I can't wait.
Friday morning.
Nice. I can't wait. Bye, Mom. Bathroom yoga was a success.